Let's start with your experience with Atticare. Tell us about yourself a little bit and your search for services.
So thanks for having me. It started with a search. We needed some work done in our attic. Insulation was very old and actually falling out of the ceiling at that point. So I started on my own, and I bought a mask and goggles and a suit and started with a short portion of my attic and realized it was going to be well beyond what my capabilities were. It's a really, really involved job, and I decided to start searching on the internet for different companies in my area that would remove, dispose of, and install new insulation. I noticed that you had a free estimate process, which every homeowner likes. I had you come in, I gave a call and talked to your team. And the next day I met with my sales rep, Bob, who was there. He told me he would be there between 8 and 10. He would call me 30 minutes prior, which he did. And he showed up on time, did a walkthrough with me, explained the whole process while he was taking some measurements. And within 15 minutes, I had him in my living room. We were all talking about the estimate and what the process would be. He brought in a binder that had a lot of pictures, a lot of information to go through, and he took it step by step and really performed a very in-depth detail of what it was, of the whole process, what the team would do, when they could come in, what the pricing structure is. And then made some suggestions on things you can do or you don't have to do, and it was a very pleasant experience.
So now after we're done with the service, maybe you can talk a little bit about the value, the result, and what would you tell other homeowners are trying to do the same service?
So I've already recommended your company to a number of people that I know, just in conversation. With everything going on in society today, with everybody being home for the past 4 months, a lot of people are doing a lot of home renovations and a lot of work on their own. It was actually well beyond what I expected of what the attic would look like. Now it's just an open, unfinished attic. We do store things there. It's a place to put stuff, and we do frequently go in and out. So now it's not really worried about being hit with insulation as you're walking through. But from an energy standpoint, I think it's going to be very helpful with the heat and with the cold. Like I said, I was very, very pleased with the service. It was extremely pleasant working with your team. Bob, from the initial phone call, I believe his name was Gus, I talked to on the phone and set everything up. From there, we went to Bob, was our service rep. He came in. He was very, very helpful. And then Pedro was our foreman. Pedro and his team came in. It was a 2-day job. So he had 2 different people on each day, 1 different person on each day. But Pedro kept me involved in the loop of what was going on, what they were doing. If he had any questions, he definitely came to me right away, but also made it easy to go to him with any questions as well. I can't tell you how pleased and happy I was with their service. Bob, my sales rep, did an amazing job. Pedro and his team, who came in and cleaned the attic and added, removed, and did all the insulation, did an amazing job. I couldn't have been happier or pleased with their work. Take it from a homeowner. If you're ever looking to have a service like this done and you need your attic cleaned, definitely give Atticare a call.